Okay, this airport is huge. Let's turn the camera around to show you what it looks like.
谢谢配合，请往前走。
So it's a really long walk. Gotta walk like a mile to my gate. Oh, I almost had my portable charger taken away because they couldn't figure out the name brand. So they were looking at it. They were saying, "We don't know what it is." I said, "It's a charger." They said, "Yeah, well, we don't know the brand." I said, "Does it really matter?" They're like, "Well, okay, take it." And then another thing, my wife was helping me purchase the tickets and she accidentally wrote Phil Haddikin. But my passport says Philip Haddikin. So they had to pull me aside and they said, "Why is there a discrepancy? Why do you have Phil and Philip?" And I said, "Oh, well, my passport says Philip. I'm Philip. You want to see some other ID?" And they said, "Yeah, but your registration was under Phil." Then I had to wait for a manager to come, or one of their supervisors. And then I had to wait, and he looked at it, and then he had to go upstairs, check something out. And finally, he came back and he said, "Okay, here you go. Just don't do it again." I'm like, "Okay." Anyways, those are the pitfalls, or the hoops and the hurdles that you got to go through when you're traveling. There's always something that's going to be a glitch. Nothing ever goes smoothly. And my suggestion is to anybody who's traveling, especially if you're going to be getting connecting flights, leave a lot of time in between your connectors. So you can see I'm not really nervous right now because I still got at least another hour before the gates open for boarding, but then that's another half an hour on top of that. So I'm fine. But if somebody was playing the time game, trying to make their flight as efficient in time wise, you're gonna lose. It's like a casino. Yeah, you'll win sometimes, but in the end you're gonna lose. So always give yourself that extra time so your heart's not gonna be pounding and you're not gonna be saying, oh my god, gotta make it. No. Anyways, that's all for now. There's my plane right there, Cathay Pacific. That's it. That's the plane that I'm going to be flying on. And because I was there early, they even asked me that I want window or aisle seat. So my next destination that I'm going to is not an overly long flight, but not a short flight either. So I chose, well, I'm going to do window. Maybe I can videotape out the window, because on the last flight from Vladivostok, it was, I was on the aisle, so I couldn't do any of the videotaping. All right, I'm at my gate. Look at this, nice and early. There's nobody here, so I'm going to kick back, relax, and wait for the boarding call. Right, the boarding call is made. We are ready to rock and roll. Let's go board. On to the next destination.
Please be reminded that smooth and charging of power bank are required to enjoy the view. 請勿將行動電源放置喺行李櫃內。請注意，本航班係嚴禁使用行動電源及為其充電。
So, let's settle in and go to the next destination.
各位旅客。
landed, and now I gotta wait because we're right at the very end. Right behind, yeah, like 3 rows from the end. So I'm gonna wait for everybody to get off before I can even stand up. And then gotta go to get my luggage. Alright, I am the last one off the plane. Well, the good thing about being the last person off the plane is I don't gotta worry about running after another plane because I got many hours to wait. So, whatever. Being the last person is absolutely no rush. Okay, I went through customs and that was pretty quick. Actually, it was quicker than I thought, much faster than in Beijing. And now I'm over on the other side and I'm gonna walk around and see what there is. So there's souvenirs and duty-free restaurants. Well, this place is really busy today. Wow. So after I got through customs and immigration, I was walking around and I was looking at the duty-free stuff and whatnot. I was hungry. And the reason why I'm hungry is because the airlines don't serve good food unless you're in business or first class. So a lot of the meals are really soggy and I only eat half of them. So I came to a McDonald's. I'll show you what I got. Okay, large fries, Big Mac, and a large Coke. And they give you 3 ketchups for the fries. And what did I pay? I paid 54. Yeah, I paid 54 Hong Kong dollars. There it is. So 54 Hong Kong dollars is somewhere just under 10 bucks Canadian. Not bad, especially if you're eating at an airport. So I still have about another 10 hours here, and I decided to walk over here and do some people watching. I'll turn the camera around, show you what I'm talking about. So if you ever played the game Where's Waldo, this is basically it. There's like people walking around everywhere, and you know, just standing over here, this little quiet area, and checking things out. So I haven't really checked the whole airport out yet, but I plan to walk around. I got 10 hours, like I say, so I don't know, at this vantage point it kind of reminds me of Where's Waldo? Where's that guy with that red and white striped shirt? I gotta find him. It's a very, very big airport. So as I was walking through all the duty-free areas, and I came across the alcohol, and I was curious to see what is the price of the most expensive alcohol. This one right here, aged 45 years, is 143,027 Hong Kong dollars. So I couldn't figure out, well, how much would that be in Canadian? That's over $25,000 for this bottle right here. Wow. Here's a pretty cool chessboard that kids are playing here. That's kind of cool to have. You know, keeps you busy in your mind thinking while you're waiting. What a great idea. Alright, so boarding has been called, and it says late boarding expected due to weather conditions. So I know it's raining outside, but I don't know how bad it is, but it's delaying the takeoffs and the landings. So I'm reading it right now, and it's saying late boarding expected due to weather conditions. So looks like I'm going to be a little bit late boarding. Oh well. Okay, so we are boarding now, but I still haven't told you where we're going. So you're just going to have to still wait and see. Alright, I'm all settled in here. 61A is my seat. And nobody has yet sat down beside me here, so I don't know who's going to be here. I'm almost at the back. And it's just starting to fill up now. So I got a window seat again. That's good. The only drawback is that if you gotta go to the washroom, if somebody beside you over here is sleeping, you gotta wake them up. Gotta get them to move. But other than that, when they go to the washroom, I go to the washroom. Actually, the washroom is just up over here. So it's a short walk. And what's the weather like outside? Well, it is raining. That's why we're being delayed. Hopefully the delay won't be too long. And I'll tell you where I'm going a bit later.